Welcome back to regular Thursday, everyone. Curt, go ahead and kick this one off.
Man, y'all know how we get down on Thursdays. It's time for the game preview. Let's look at the side-by-side comparison of the teams and go over the odds makers' views of the game before we dive into the offense and defense. So first up, let's look at the team stats side by side. Lions, we score 23.5 point game per game, and the Bears score 20. The Lions give up 29.3 per game, and the Bears give up 24. Total yards 390 to 342.9. That's kind of weird in favor of the Lions. Passing, of course, we're going to have more 255 for the Lions, 147 for the Bears. They just don't pass the ball. Here's the big difference, I would say. Like the disparity between the two teams, you can see we pass the ball more, they run the ball more. They have the number one rate running offense in the league. They run the ball for 195 yards per game. We run the ball for 134. We ain't too shabby, but we ain't like them. All right, total yards, 427 for the Lions, 357 for the Bears allowed. So we give up more yards than they do because probably they keep the ball on the ground more. So you know what it is. Passing yards allowed, 278 to 210. The Bears give up less. But here is the deal. We are the 31st ranked rushing defense, and they're the 30th. We give up 148 per game. They give up 147. I mean, like, that's pretty evenly matched. Let's look at the odds makers, what they saying about the game, the betting lines for the game. The lines are open as 3-point underdogs in Chicago. The over-under is 48.5 points. That means, you bet the over. They score more combined over that or the under. And the Lions have been hitting the under lately. All right, so the Lions open. If you want to bet, as far as the game is concerned, if you bet for the Lions as the underdog, you bet $100, you will get 130 because they're plus 130. The Bears are a negative 155. That means you have to bet $155 to get 100. So there are your betting lines for the game. As far as the matchup goes itself, man, this is kind of a repeat of last week. Another winnable game for both teams. Fairly even matchup. Both teams have the ability to exploit the things that the other team does bad. Like, both teams can run the ball. So, and both teams give up yards on the ground. So we both can exploit the running game. The Bears can exploit our running defense. We can exploit theirs. But it is a fairly evenly matched game, but it's a toss-up. The only reason the Bears are favored by 3, to be honest, is because they're their home team. That's just my view of it. That's the only reason why they're favored. All right, so fellas, just real quick, the matchup, we're not going to get into the offense and defense yet. Just the matchup itself, how do you think if the Lions and Bears matchup?
I think the Lions matchup, I think it's a pretty even matchup. We're down at receiver. They got a few new receivers. Running game, they got like a little edge in the running game, but it's only because they're quarterback. I don't think it's the running backs themselves that have the advantage. I think it's pretty even for running backs, man. So it's just gonna be who wants it. It's gonna be who wants it. Yeah, man. It's just gonna come down to it, man, in them trenches.
Yeah, this is a fairly even matchup. I want to see what is the game or the defensive game plan going to be like. Are we going to do something extra about Justin Fields because he been getting down a little bit, just running it. You know what I'm saying? And he can throw it too, but they've been using him more in the run game. He's already all season. They've been good with like the boots and everything, and just moving him around, moving pockets and things like that, having him thrown around. But now they've actually been like over the last couple games, they've been using him more, just actually like just using him as run, just calling run plays for him. So
Yeah.
are we gonna let him? Are we gonna let him do how Jalen Hurts did it? Or are we gonna put somebody on him? Or what's going on with that? Offensively, they're trading away their defense. They've pretty much given up. A guy that I liked in the draft, Jaquan Brisker, he's one of their bright spots over there. You got to stay away from him because he will make a play on you. And Jared Goff like to let people make plays sometimes. So stay away from him, Jared Goff. and keep the ball on the ground. That's what we can do. That's what they don't do well. They don't stop the run very well. So I hope to see it kind of like a modified game plan from last week: run heavy, but get some more shots down the field.
Hey, check out more of this content right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for the Detroit Lions news and rumors. Check out the rest of our game preview right here on this channel.